Welcome to Love Them Knives channel. Bastard Knives. Another fixed blade. Another fixed blade from Bastard Knives. You know, we were talking about the Reaper some time ago, right? Reaper. Okay, this is a pretty good sized knife. Sheath, all that kind of stuff. Okay, Schleipner steel. Looked like they only make so many of them. This is the Orion, so check this out. This is a smaller knife, smaller box, okay? Spanish designs and European made here, okay? From what I understood with my conversation, the fixed blades are made in Spain. The folders like the Venator and the BAAL, B-A-A-L, okay? These are OEM'd, I believe, by Best Tech in China. Okay, so these are the Best Tech OEM knives. Okay, these are all collaboratives. Okay, with certain designers, right? Okay, so that's what they're doing there. And this one is available on White Mountain, so you can use LTK as a discount code for 10% off. You can also do that on the Reaper because that is on White Mountain as well, okay? And now I've got my hands full of knives. I haven't seen this on White Mountain, so I'll give you the website though for Bastard Knives, etc., and all that. Now, this is the Orion. This is a smaller knife, okay? And it's not 6mm thick like the one I just laid down over here, like the Reaper. Okay, it's like 4mm thick, or 4.2, something like that. We'll see here in a minute. But micarta handles. This has got a liner as well, as this has a red one here, okay? Nice fit and finish, though. Whoever's making these, and whoever it is, I think, doing a pretty damn good job. This is pretty aggressive here. And this is very aggressive here. Now, this is almost like it's meant to cut some hemp rope or, you know, saw into something, really. This is just going to saw into your thumb, I think. I don't know what else this is going to get with, but it could. It could take bark off a branch, this here. But a smaller knife, definitely. So if you're thinking, well, one that I could use maybe for well, I mean, this would be more likely to be a skinning knife than this. This is more, you know, kind of a medium bushcraft, that kind of thing. But this, yeah, and a very more all-purpose get-around knife. And so here's the sheath, which is a Kydex type with a tech lock looking deal here. And God, I almost forgot how to operate my tech lock stuff. But this here is the tech lock, and god dang, how was I doing that? Does that keep it from kicking, or is this doing it? Oh, okay, there it goes. So there's that. Now if I can just let it go. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it'll stay closed right here with this little mechanism that locks it out, I guess. And so there's that, okay? Put it on your belt, do whatever, or unscrew this, pull this off, and just keep it like just for this. So without this being part of it, and a lot more easy carry to lash to a pack or whatever, or throw in a pack, that kind of thing. So there's that. Now, comes right out of there. Now let me see. No, not really getting any rattle sound there. Okay, so that's pretty good. And Schleipner steel, of course, Schleipner. That's why I thought, at first when I got this, I thought, is this Lion Steel or one of the Italian makers? But I think they said this is made in Spain, okay? I know the company's a Spanish company. Okay, so there's that. Comes in this box with a nice little microfiber cloth that it's pretty colorful, etc., etc. And then this, and then I think so under here is the cardboard thing where they put the sheath, and then you stick this on top, and then you put the knife on that, and then you got this, and put the knife in here, whatever, okay? So there's the box part, okay? and the sheath that I just took out, and then the paperwork here, and then it talks about 9.5. So 9.5 centimeters as far as the actual, well, it's showing you, thank God, because I can't take this apart, but that it looks like it's skeletonized a little bit inside here. And 20 centimeters overall length, which would be what, 8.25, kind of. And then this would be 3.5-inch blade. So let's check that out. Let's check that out. Let me see what we got here. Because it's a small, easy carry knife. Yeah, there's pretty much 3.5-inch blade, 3.55, 3.6, if you want to say that. But yeah, 95, 94, somewhere like that, millimeter length, and not quite 8, not quite. But yeah, it is 20 centimeters to this. And you know what? There you go, for either running a lanyard or for, striking, whatever. A little breakaway here so you can strop it and sharpen it. Oh, you know what? Let's pull a piece of paper and see what it's got here. Okay. Yeah, it's nice. It's sharp. Okay, so that's good. But yeah, so you get the sheath, you get this. And you know what? I forget the pricing, but I mean, I got the link below. You can go on. I haven't seen this on White Mountain Knives. I saw the Reaper. I've seen the Venator. I've seen the Utopia, I think is what they were calling it, the first one I did. And I'll give the links to the other videos I've done on Bastard Knives down below. But this is interesting, isn't it? But you're not going to take this apart. So they must have this, maybe epoxy or something in here. But they got this baby put together. It ain't coming apart. The ergos are nice and things are smooth here. And you know what? I mean, it's a handful. There's some thickness in there. That's almost 20 millimeters. It's 19.3, 0.76 of an inch thick, right there. Now, 0.14, so 3.7. Was I saying a 4.2? I think they were saying close to 4 millimeters and it's 3.8. But what were they saying on that? Because I kept thinking, I was looking at their paperwork. Were they saying 4 millimeters or were they telling me on that? No, maybe not. Maybe they weren't. Okay. 4.2? Is that what that's? So I don't know, but I got 3.8. Close to 4 though. Okay. There's that. Okay. Nice box it comes in. And if you're looking for something that's smaller, easier to carry, and nice bead blast to it. So this setup might be something that you would be interested in. I'll give you the information below. You can check it out. Okay. So it does give you some different carry options with that. And also, let's take a look at the weight of this. But yeah, the fit and finish on it seemed pretty nice. It seems pretty well put together. So we got 138.9 grams, which is not very heavy for a fixed blade. Of course, it depends, right? 4.9. So under 5 ounces. Okay. Now, you put the sheath on it. What do you got? Let me see if I can balance this dog on here somehow. Okay. So 8.41 with, well, come on. We jumped right over grams, didn't we? And there's ounces, 8.41 grams, 234. Okay. That's what we got for grams. Okay. So, yeah, it feels pretty good in the hand. Let me see. Reverse grip feels good, too. It does. Sharp out of the box. Interesting. Different brand. Just didn't know if you guys were aware that they exist and that they're making fixed blade knives, right? And yeah, it looks smooth. It looks good. It feels good in the hand. Should be a good user. I don't see that tip breaking very easily, you know that? And that on that damn Reaper too. Look at this. Holy crap. That could be a pry bar. I don't recommend you do that, but whew, I don't see that getting teased off too easily either, do you? Wow, that's going to take some shit. And that's basically 1/4 inch thick, right? This being more like 3.8, but still, that is not fragile. Not at all. So, it's robust, you know? It should be a good little carry user for a lot of different chores outdoors, okay? Without taking up a lot of space or a lot of weight, that kind of thing. So, and there's the information, of course, euros. This is their website, right? So I'll give you the information. Bastardknives.com. Okay, here you go. And oh yeah, Wayward Cutlery is their collaborative designer, right? So here's your pause and read. Brown micarta, blue separator. Okay. Fastened with wide, hollow, and riveted aluminum pins. Okay. Yeah, and it's definitely kicked together. And yeah, tech lock, etc., etc. Carry options, etc., etc. And they're saying 4.2 millimeter thick, maybe. But I didn't pick it up here, so I think it's closer to 4, really. And there's your stats. Okay. So just thought I'd run you through it, or I'll run you through. And here's, oh my God, here's Bastard Knives, you bastard. And the sheath, all that kind of stuff. Check it out, the Orion. I'll give you the link and all the information. But if you're a fixed blade guy and you like, you know, this style of knife, light, smaller, easier to use for a lot of different tasks, yeah, you might check it out. Take care, my friends. You know what we do. We love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.